His name was Gerald, 41 years. Steel mill, 6 days a week. Never missed a payment. Gerald did everything right. He listened to his financial advisor, waited until 67, his full retirement age. Delayed, like he was told. Gerald collected his first Social Security check in January of 2020. By March of 2020, Gerald was in the hospital. He passed away in September. He collected Social Security for 9 months. Now here's the question. Nobody in his life ever asked him, what if filing at 62, the move everyone said was a mistake, was actually the right call for Gerald all along? Today, we're going to talk about the Social Security decision that will define your retirement. And I promise, what you're about to hear is not what your advisor told you. Here's something the SSA, the Social Security Administration, actually did. They removed their own online benefit calculator, the tool millions of Americans use to model their filing decision. Gone. Why? Because the math was making people nervous about waiting. The system isn't designed to be simple. It's designed to be confusing enough that most people just go along with what they're told. And what are most people told? Wait as long as you can. The longer you wait, the more you get. That advice isn't wrong, but it's dangerously incomplete. Here's how I want you to think about Social Security. Imagine you've been renting a vacation cabin for 40 years. Every single paycheck, a little piece of your money went into that cabin fund. The cabin is yours. It's already paid for. The only question is, when do you unlock the door and walk in? Check in at 62, smaller room, less square footage, but you get to enjoy it now. Check in at 70, bigger suite, ocean view, but only if you live long enough to appreciate it. Neither answer is universally right. And today, I'll show you exactly when checking in early is the smarter move. Meet Linda.
41. She was a teacher for 28 years. Great career, but her Social Security benefit? About $900 a month. Her husband, Robert, was an engineer. His benefit at full retirement age? $2,800 a month. Here's what most people miss. Linda can only claim her spousal benefit up to 50% of Robert's once Robert starts collecting. So if Robert waits until 70 to maximize his benefit, Linda is stuck waiting too. But if Robert files at 62, even at a reduced rate, Linda can unlock her spousal benefit years earlier. Depending on their ages, that's potentially $800 to $1,200 a month in income Linda would have never seen if Robert played the waiting game. Sometimes filing early isn't about you. It's about unlocking the door for the person next to you. Let's talk numbers for a second. If your full retirement age benefit is $2,000 a month, filing at 62 reduces that to roughly $1,400. That's $600 less per month. Sounds terrible, right? But here's what that also means. You start collecting 60 months earlier. $1,400 times 60 months equals $84,000 in your pocket before the person who waited collects a single dollar. The break-even point, the age where waiting finally pays off, is usually around 79 to 80 years old. The average American male today lives to about 76, the average female, 81. You're literally betting on your own longevity. If you don't win that bet, the math never works in the system's favor. This one is subtle, and it's one of the most powerful reasons for strategic early filing. When one spouse dies, the surviving spouse inherits the higher of the two benefits. So here's the counterintuitive play. If you're the lower earning spouse, consider filing early at 62. Your partner, the higher earner, delays as long as possible to build a larger survivor benefit. That way, you're pulling in income now, and you're protecting your partner with a maximum benefit for the rest of their life, even after you're gone. The kindest financial gift you can give your spouse is a plan they'll never have to rebuild from scratch. Picture this. It's October 2008. Your portfolio just dropped 38%. You're 63. You need $4,000 a month to live. You have two choices. Option A, sell your investments at the worst possible moment to cover your bills. Option B, turn on Social Security at 62 and let your portfolio sit untouched while it recovers. This is called sequence of returns risk, and it is the sleeper threat to early retirement that almost nobody talks about clearly. When you're forced to sell investments during a down market to pay for groceries and rent, you don't just lose money on those shares. You permanently lose the recovery gains those shares would have generated. A $100,000 withdrawal in 2008 that you didn't have to make, at a 7% average return, that money would be worth over $215,000 by 2018. Filing Social Security early in a market crash isn't panic, it's a shield. It lets your portfolio breathe and come back instead of bleeding out while you wait for a check that isn't coming yet. A guaranteed check at 62 is worth more than a theoretical bigger check at 67 when your investments are on fire. What if you don't need the money right away? What if you file at 62, collect $1,400 a month, and invest every single dollar into a low-cost index fund over 5 years before your full retirement age? That's $84,000 invested. At a historical average return of 7%, by the time you hit 72, that investment account alone could be worth over $125,000. The Social Security system assumes you'll spend the money. What if you treat it like a pension and grow it instead? The system was designed for survivors. It wasn't designed for investors. Okay, this one is the reason I made this video, because almost nobody talks about this clearly, and it costs retirees thousands of dollars every year in unnecessary taxes. Here's what happens. When you turn 73, the IRS forces you to start withdrawing money from your 401k and traditional IRA. These are called required minimum distributions, RMDs. You don't get to choose. You have to pull the money out.
And it's taxed as regular income. Now here's where it gets ugly. Up to 85% of your Social Security benefits can also be taxed if your total income crosses certain thresholds. For a married couple, that threshold is just $44,000 in combined income. So at 73, you've got forced IRA withdrawals pushing your income up, Social Security benefits now becoming taxable. Suddenly, your effective tax rate in retirement is higher than it was when you were working. This is called the tax torpedo, and it detonates silently. Here's the fix. If you file Social Security at 62 during your lowest income years and simultaneously use those years to do Roth conversions on your IRA, you convert traditional IRA money into Roth money now at a low tax rate. That reduces your future RMDs. That keeps your total income below the threshold. And that keeps your Social Security from getting torched by taxes at 73. Real numbers. A couple with $500,000 in a traditional IRA who waits and does nothing could pay an extra $80,000 to $120,000 in taxes between ages 73 and 85, entirely avoidable with early SS filing and Roth conversions. Filing at 62 isn't just about the check you get today, it's about the taxes you don't pay in 10 years. Sometimes the decision isn't financial at all. If you have a chronic condition, a family history of early death, or you simply cannot continue working physically, the break-even math changes completely. Every financial model of Social Security assumes you're alive to collect. At 62, you are alive. You are here. The money is real. Gerald, the man from the beginning of this video, had early signs of cardiac disease at 58. His doctor knew. His body knew. His financial advisor didn't ask. No spreadsheet knows your body better than you do. All right, I promised I'd be honest with you, so here it is. Don't file at 62 if you're still working. If you're under full retirement age and earning more than $22,320 per year in 2026, the SSA will withhold $1 for every $2 you earn above that limit. You'll get it back eventually, but the math gets messy fast. Social Security is your only income source. If you have no savings, no pension, no investments, and SS is your whole retirement, waiting gives you a meaningfully higher baseline for life. A permanently smaller check on a tight budget compounds over decades. You're in excellent health with longevity in your family. If your grandparents lived into their 90s and your health is strong, the break-even math does favor waiting. The math doesn't lie. It just doesn't apply to everyone. This isn't about one answer being right.
It's about knowing your answer. The people who get hurt aren't the ones who filed early. They're the ones who filed based on a rule they heard at a dinner party. Let's go back to Gerald. The version of Gerald we met had one outcome. But here's another Gerald. Same steel mill, same 41 years. This Gerald had heart issues at 58. His doctor told him quietly, you might want to plan conservatively. This Gerald filed at 62, got $1,380 a month, enrolled in Medicare at 65, did Roth conversions at 62 and 63 while his income was low, reduced his future RMD burden by $200,000. And when Gerald passed in September 2020, his wife Margaret didn't have to rebuild from zero because the strategy was built for the life he actually had, not the one the actuarial table said he should. Social Security is the most personal financial decision most Americans will ever make. The system gives you choices. What it doesn't give you is clarity. That's what this video was for. Before you make this call, do 3 things. 1. Go to ssa.gov and pull your actual benefit statement, real numbers for your situation. 2. Get a clear picture of your health, honestly, not optimistically. 3. If you have a 401k or IRA with more than $300,000 in it, talk to a fee-only financial planner about the tax torpedo before you make any filing decision. And if this video helped you see something you hadn't considered before, drop a comment below and tell me, Team 62 or Team 70. I read every single one. Hit subscribe if you want the rest of this retirement series, because next week we're going after the 401k rollover mistake that costs retirees an average of $14,000 in fees they never see coming. That video might be the most important 15 minutes of your financial life. See you there.